episode 28. Thank you for tuning in. Today's show is brought to you again by Roses. Roses is located on the way to Zebulon. If you're going to a Mudcats game, oh, I forgot a shirt or I didn't get sunscreen, stop by your local Roses. They have good chance they probably will have what you're looking for. There might be a good chance also that they might not have it. So I wouldn't depend. In other words, if you needed sunscreen, I probably wouldn't go there. I'd probably go to the drugstore in the Roses parking lot. But you never know about Roses. That's what makes Roses so great. It's because it's that sexy hitter. You go in there to get potato chips, and you come out with some heels. That's just the way kind of place it is. So that's why it's always a special place in my heart. So, Roses. I want to give everybody love because we have officially sold out of the smaller sizes. And when I say smaller sizes, I mean medium and small, and I even had an extra small that a friend of mine wanted to put on their dog, and it was an adorable picture. Send me your picture with you wearing the Lonely Uncle. I've been out in public, been seeing a couple shirts. I really do appreciate the support, by mouth. You know what? When I think about the podcast, I'd rather somebody tune in by mouth or by word of mouth rather than, see it on some kind of big time promotion on the YouTube or whatever, I'd rather you be at the cookout with your Lonely Uncle shirt on. Someone asks, "Hey, where'd you get that?" And you say, "Or what is that?" That's the question everybody has, and that conversation can go in there because you tell them about the podcast, and you all of a sudden you didn't have anything in common with this person except that you were at this cookout, and now you have this bond because now you're talking about the podcast. And the next time you go to a cookout and you see that person, you're like, that was a hit or podcast. Thank you for that recommendation. And and you just, people will revere you. They'll be like, that person offers great advice. They know exactly what to do. So word of mouth, so but we're officially, I realize that all my friends are small people, and I know we don't throw around the M word, but some of my friends are borderline, just small human beings, just small people. So I got a bunch of larger sizes left over, and next time when I put in my next order for the fall fashion, fall/winter fashion, I'm going to take that into account so everyone can get their hitter. But I'm going to play it by ear and just kind of get a good feel because I want to make sure everybody gets fitted. I want everybody to have their Lonely Uncle gear. And I mean that because you deserve it. You deserve to be happy, and you deserve pretty much to love what you want to love. And that's what makes this country great. And, I just think it'd be a disservice, if I'm trying to put things out, here on a pretty huge budget. So, I want to get my people fitted. Welcome to 28.
When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eyes. You were just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You flow like a feather in the beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so very special. But I'm a creep. I'm a widow.
Wow, what a special rendition of a special song. And that's going to be the theme of the day. Creep. Because I'm a creep. The older you get, I realize, when you remain single, the more creepier you're gonna be perceived out in public. You know, people think that something's wrong with you because you're single, you know, because you don't have someone. You know, I was out this past weekend with some divorcees, and they were fun. Good gosh, somebody divorcees, especially second, third divorcees, whatever it is, are the best people. I mean, when you're older, because they already been through this, they got their battle scars. They've been through bad marriages, relationships, and they know exactly what they do. Okay, so they've had a couple relationships that haven't worked out, so they've experienced that. And I'm not saying that they don't know what they want, because why would you be divorced for the third time or working on your third divorce? Because I feel like the women, when they come holler, they're trying to find their next divorce. I get that vibe, like, because you're trying to find that man that doesn't fit, and you're going to end up having trouble because you just make poor choices, you know. And I think it's just a habit. You know, and yeah, I know this happens. I know what year it is, and I know that sometimes relationships don't work out, you know, but sometimes they're habitual. Some of these people, they've been in a lot of relationships. They're getting married, you know. You hear people getting married 3 to 4 times. You know, I'm realistic, yeah. Okay, you get married young, you get married to, you know, somebody when you were like maybe boozed up, and you weren't clear-headed, and you carried on relationships, and it didn't work out. But let's just face it, man. Some of these, you know, they're just going to make another bad decision, you know, and they're going to get divorced again. And that's just, you know, just bad behavior, typical behavior. It's basically a pattern. And that's human beings. And it takes a lot to change. And I would never be someone that says you can't change, because that would be so helpless. And why would you even wake up in the morning if you couldn't change or make a better life of yourself or whatever? So I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's kind of crazy, you know, and I realized, because I'm a creep. I was sitting, and this woman, obviously, she was, we're chatting it up, and she was like, so what, I love this opening. So what's your story, dude? What's my story? And it's so open-ended, you know, and usually I go with something like that moment when somebody hits me up with that broad question, you know, and but for this case, they followed it up immediately with, how many kids do you have? You know, are you married? They want to know if you're married, you know, because if you're more attractive, number one, if you're married. Yeah, we know this. If you're a married man and you seem to be stable, you're automatically more attractive to, you know, I'm talking about a middle-aged, well put together, intelligent, beautiful, open-minded woman. Okay? And you just more appealing. It's just a fact, because you show that you can kind of settle down. But see, the lonely uncle's that wild child, bro. Wild child, man. You know, I'm just, you know, I wish I could explain the feeling I get when I feel like I'm getting in a routine and a basic relationship. Like I'm to the point now, I will meet someone and within minutes I can fast forward my life, and I can preview my life and see exactly, like, oh my gosh, you're going to get domesticated, dude. And it's going to be, not that I already am, you know, I got a studio, you know, here, you know, and basically in the suburbs, and, you know, suburban life is not easy. You know, props out to Brentwood. What did I say the other week? I went on and people were like, you're from Brentwood? Brentwood ain't hard. Guess what happened a few days ago? A dead body was found right down the road from where I lived. The wood. Don't doubt me, bro. Don't doubt me and don't doubt the wood, son. Shouts out to Brentwood for keeping it real, man. Dead body, you know? And you don't think somebody's going to clap back and there's going to be another dead body in the wood? I mean, this is a reality. This is my reality. This is where I'm from. Don't ever doubt my credentials, dude. People were like, Brentwood? Brentwood ain't heart. Man, Brentwood is heart, dude. It's heart. It's hardcore, you know? So, I don't know. Sometimes I get mad because people, they doubt my credentials, you know? They say, he ain't hard. He ain't real. He ain't hip-hop. You know? But there was a body straight up found. Google it right now. But anyway, so this, you know, they find out, you know, and it kind of, it's almost like they're more intrigued about what's, you know, why didn't, and then they want to know, you know, they want to know why didn't you ever get settled? And they want to get personal, and I just met them, which is just like, dude, this is the whole problem with everything. Can we just enjoy ourselves right now? And somebody might say, well, how do you get to know anybody? But I'm not going to get to know them. I just met you, dude. You know? And you're going to, I mean, and honestly, when you tell them that, for the chance that, you know, and immediately I can see, oh, yeah. You know, they think you're a creep. They think you're a weirdo. Because if you had your stuff together, you'd be married. Or at least divorced. Right now, the status of being divorced, okay, I'd say divorced twice. If you're divorced twice, you're like, you're up there, dude. You are at the highest peak because you experienced it, you messed up, you know. Divorced once is right below that, and that's a lot of credibility, you know what I'm saying? And then you have like a nun. A nun and maybe like a priest, a straight up priest. Now these kind of priests that have been in the news, I'm not trying to give them shout outs. They got some issues. And then at the bottom, single men. Oh, a single woman. Oh my gosh, poor thing. You know? Single women. At my age, woo. Men are like, oh my gosh, you know, he's going through his George, and I'm turning gray. He's going through his George Clooney years. He's still so sexy, you know? But something about like women sometimes get I made a mistake one time, a single girl, and we went out a couple times. I made a joke. I got to be careful what I joke about because, you know, some people don't know me early. They're like, they pass judgment. Or they're like, man, this guy's, you know, a butthole. I mean, I'm sorry, a beehole. And I made a joke about having a lot of cats because she had like several cats, and she started tearing up. Oh my gosh, dude. And then of course I have to be like, what? I'm just kidding, but you know, it's my style. You know, it's my style. And of course that didn't work out because you can't roll with it if you can't take the punches. You're not gonna be able, this ain't gonna work out, right? So that definitely didn't work out. But that, I always felt like there was older single women that had never been married, no kids. If you have a kid, that's kind of, you're good, even if you've never been married, if you've had a kid, I think, because people are like, okay, somebody actually laid down with you at some time or some point. But, I'm a widow. So we were out with some divorcees, and I feel like man, have you been watching Big Little Lies? Reasons to watch Big Little Lies. Reese Witherspoon. It's on HBO. Nicole Kidman. Meryl Streep. I'm forgetting somebody. Forgetting other. There's this new actress. Well, she's not new. She's been in some things, but she's not one of the ones that register. I lost the name. I forget the name. Ben Scott from Parks and Rec is on it. Great show. It's awesome. But hanging out, I was in the middle of watching the show, which is just great. And this group, so I'm hanging out with these divorcees, these women. A lot of them on their a lot of them have been just divorced once or what call, but but some are second. So they have children, of course, and some of their children are, they're pretty old. They're in high school or middle school or maybe whatever. But I just felt like it was great because I felt like I was in an episode of Big Little Lies in a way, because they were up there living in Heritage, that area. Heritage has got a little money. You know what I'm saying? But the best part about these women is like I felt like they all had a secret, like a dark secret. Because I could kind of, you asked me that question, that vague question, I can bounce back and make a little observation or something. And and I just felt like they had secrets, and I loved it. And I felt like they had secrets against each other. Because one person was taught to me and, be kind of sweet. And then the other one, she'd go to the bathroom and the other one swoop in. I know I'm charming. I mean, this is a dog-eat-dog world out here. God, trying to get a taste. And then that one would turn around and the other one come and the other one I didn't even see was patrolling. And I was getting dirty eyes. I was getting stares from guess who I was getting stares from? The one that's in a committed relationship right now. Looking at me like, oh, this guy. He's just like every other guy. I'm going to watch out for my friends. She was a hero. Because Janice was taking a little bit too much to the dome. She's getting a little loosey-goosey, getting wicked. And, of course, it's... this other woman who's the responsible one she was on lookout like, hey, nobody's going to mess with my girls, or she was going to butt in when things started getting real. You know what I'm saying? It's like Big Little Lies, dude. This one woman said, yeah, man, my kid, got kicked out of charter school for bullying. I was like, what? Oh my gosh, I was like, this is Big Little Lies. Said he was aggressive, but I know he's innocent, of course. Charter school. Don't get me started on charter schools, dude. Charter schools? I know public schools, whatever. You can say what you want to about them. But charter schools? Oh my gosh. What was it? There was a couple in nearby that just shut down because they weren't even teaching. It was this prestigious. Everybody was trying to get in, and then they realized they walked in the classroom. They're just like they're playing dodgeball, or that'd be offensive because you throw the ball and hit somebody. They're playing kickball. And then they closed it immediately. And then those kids went to other charter schools, or someone went back to public schools because they know it's real and they know it's the streets. And you're going to get a well-rounded education. Because let's just face it. It's about life, man. It's about learning about life, Do you know how to diagram a sentence? So what? I don't care. You know what's real? Do you know what to expect if you go down and walk down Brentwood right now? Rich just taught me. And I'm better for it, Hey, shout out to public schools, charter schools, whatever. My favorite thing is the charter school student. I feel bad for them because they come into public schools and they're like looking around like, wow, this is what it means to be real. I was in this bubble. Charter schools are like those made-for-TV products, On TV, they look sexy. They got the number up there. You call your number, you order one, and guess what? You just called in the 48-hour window, so we're going to throw in another one. And then you get it home, and guess what? It's a piece of crap. It's worthless. It was good theoretically. On the TV screen, it was all flashy. But then you get it home, and it's like, what is this? This was supposed to absorb my back sweat. And now I'm sweatier than ever. And it's heading down my back to my crevice. And now I have a problem in my crevice. Now my crevice is sweaty. I have a new problem. That's all a charter school is. Whatever, dude. There's no curriculum. It's like, what do you we have 7 art classes. 7 art classes? Yeah, because, we just feel like, we got to get Johnny to he gets to explore what he wants to, and he wants to be an artist. So he's in 7 art classes. But can he write a sentence? Because I just gave him an assessment, and he can't write a sentence. What is that famous saying? It's from that Jack Black movie, School of Rock. He says, because people know those that can't teach public school. Okay? And those that can't teach public school work at Target. And those that can't work at Target are charter school teachers. Shouts out to Target. Love Target. Target's that stepping stone. You work up into corporate, you're going to be fine. But I'm just saying, dude, charter schools. God, I'm sorry. I apologize. I know you don't come here some of these rants are just, but man, God, charter schools. And then the students, man, they're just I feel bad for them. They need a hug immediately. But then if you try to hug them, I'm not hugging people, but, they'd be like, oh. Because they probably been hugged at charter school, but it was some kind of weird routine. I'm talking about like a real, when's the last time you just, you hugged somebody and it was and it felt good. Yeah, it's good seeing you. I hadn't seen my friend in maybe 10 years. Met up with him, I hugged him. And man, it was an extra hug, dude. It's like that extra 10 seconds. Just burying because that's you, man. That's your relationship. That's But I was in this episode and that's what was so amazing about it. She was talking about her kid. And I'm interested. I'm actually interested because it just fascinates me. I'm actually not just like her friend that was lurking. Probably thought I was a predator. Oh my God, dude. I'm a predator. These guys are just up to no good. This guy right here. Where's his beard? Yeah, but she was eyeing me like a hawk. Doing just swerving around. And she got her out, dude. She got her out. She knows she was having a good time. Talking to the lonely uncle. Having a great time, engaged. Just don't like where this is going. I'm getting Janice home. I'm taking Janice home right now. And she's a hero. She's a hero. The next morning, Janice is like, thank you for saving me. But then Janice is thinking, I didn't need to be saved. You know what I'm saying? It was so funny, dude. This group of girls. And then there's always the dude that's with the girls. And the dude is the worst. Immediately when he started talking, it was nothing about, I'm all about love, and I'm all about having a good time. I meet new people. The dude comes out, and he's did some kind of sly kind of comment against one of my friends. And I'm like, dude, who is this guy? And he thought he was funny. And I know the girls were like, it's probably somebody's husband or ex-husband or some, He was not. These guys always with the girl that roll with that they just suck. They're the worst kind of people. I don't have any interest. It seems like they're kind of I don't know. It was he just immediately turned me off, and he said something and it's and I was just like, man, this guy sucks. And he was always around him, and then his the hero woman saving her friends. God, they suck. But I enjoy talking to those people because, they were getting real. All of them had personal trainers. Or they probably were all personal trainers. They look fantastic. Because they were a little older, but they were fit. And it kind of makes you motivates you, makes you want to take care of yourself. Even the man that was annoying. I didn't even, man, I immediately forgot his name. He was like, and I was like, up. And I'm bad at remembering names too, man. I need to do a better job. You know what I'm saying? But but anyway, but the people were just, the group, everyone I talked to was just like so, I don't know, they were just so shocked. I was, you never were married, and they kept saying it, and I love that. Yeah, you never, and one of them was like, you've never been in love, you've never fell in love. She asked that. It was great. I forgot what I said to that. It was probably something beautiful. But God, it was fun. I had it the hot mess. There's nothing better than a hot mess in a group, and then there's the, sometimes you gotta let it play out. Sometimes you gotta let the devil play. So you leave Janice and you just see what happens. Janice will be fine. She's a grown woman. She can do 50 burpees and barely even sweat. I'm pretty sure she can take care of herself. Sometimes you got to just let it play out. Let it play out and see where it goes. Because that's what they want. Sometimes you got to let it, So, oh man, what a fun. It was just so fun. I just laugh, man. I love laughing. I love meeting people. I got my friends being around and just laughing and having a great time. Not taking anything too seriously. Just observing the moment. And like right now I'm reflecting on the moment and just having a good time, just going back all the stuff that was said, and how I was in an episode of Big Little Lies, and and I definitely know somebody's husband had been, somebody in that group of circles, something messy happened. Somebody messed with somebody else's man, or maybe woman, or maybe they hooked up or something. But they kind of patched it up, and now they're kind of go out once in a while, and they're friends. It was Big Little Lies, dude. It was great. With their charter school kids, And then sometimes they want to give a little stab to the school system. And I ain't gonna take it, bro. Because it ain't all bad, you know what I'm saying? Can we get better? Yes. Can we all get better? Yes. I'm just trying to help your little son named Xander. I guarantee you, one of those women in that group, their kid's name was Xander. Xander. And I just want to help little Xander out to see what's real out there. To experience and get a full, real education. Because Xander needs his eyes open and be woke. So, I don't know. I just love that, dude. I was thinking about this too. There's going to be a documentary based off my life. We're in early talks. And it's going to be, they're going to follow me around. And I'm hoping it to get to, the people called me and said, yo, we got to do this. We got this idea. We want to follow you around. You got hundreds of followers, or 100 and some change, and we know we're subscribers, and we just kind of want to, get your name out, or, we think it'd be interesting. And I was like, absolutely. Absolutely, dude. So, that. Also with the merch. DM me and say, well, oh, thanks, man. I actually had some replies, and I think I'm going to have some. Man, I know I got to talk about it, but this is just kind of a weird time of the year. But definitely going to get some guests on the show. I had some interest last, couple things, and I got to just keep, go. And I think it would be a good, to maybe to have a little, maybe some episodes where there's somebody say, hey, you need a guest, and A couple people wrote in and they reached out, and I think that we might be able to put a little something into play, you know, and hopefully be entertaining, and you guys could get jump on board with that as far as that goes. But yeah, man, I mean, sometimes you gotta let the devil play, bro. You gotta let everything kind of play out and just see what happens. Because you gotta take a risk. You gotta put yourself out there and get out your comfort zone. Get out your comfort zone, but stay in the pocket. And that's what I'm talking about. So, thanks for listening. I'll be back. I'm gonna get the podcast probably up in the next few days. I might do something a little bit unique for the next episode, or I might just come back to the studio and kind of do it. But it's real, dude. It's real. And thanks for listening.